Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Not yet at the studio today. Got a little bit of a later day as the Knicks preseason game number 2 tips off tonight. Going to be live on the channel for that, but still wanted to hop on here and discuss the news of the day that surrounds the New York Football Giants. And it is bad news. It is very unfortunate news, and I would say it is surprising news as Kayvon Thibodeaux underwent surgery this morning, and Brian Daboll told the media at his press conference today that he is going to be out at a week-to-week basis. And just when you think that everything's right back on track, just when you think the season, is back and it's all good vibes, you get slapped in the face with a little bit of, not even a little bit, I can't even downplay it. This is horrible news for the New York Giants. Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to be out for multiple weeks, not going to play this week against the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday Night Football. And it sounds like it could be out longer than that. The report that came out was this is from Ian Rapoport, Giants standout pass rusher Kayvon Thibodeaux suffered a fractured scaphoid bone in his wrist and had surgery to repair it today. Coach Brian Daboll described him as week to week. This doesn't sound like an injury that popped up in the game this past Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. The way that Brian Daboll kind of told the story was this had been bothering Kayvon Thibodeaux for a little while now. He played through it in Seattle. Not sure if it happened in the Cowboys game or when it did happen, but it was not something that happened during that Seattle game. This is something he had been playing through, and he said that they got him checked out this week. I'm assuming that meant Monday or Tuesday, and the decision was made that he was going to go under the knife and have surgery to repair a broken scaphoid in his wrist. This stinks. The pass rush showed you last week the type of unit and type of production and type of just impact that they can bring to a football game. And now you're going to be out. Kayvon Thibodeaux, who is off to a pretty solid pretty solid season so far this year. So far, Kayvon, not too well in the PFF grades, but that's not something I'm too worried about. He's already up to 16 pressures. He's got 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, 10 QB hurries. He's got more than double-digit tackles. He's got 7 stops, essentially plays that he stopped for making further gains. Look, your team this year, if you were going to win games, the formula was very easy. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Kayvon Thibodeaux needed to wreck games. And the 2 wins the Giants have, that's what happened. What did they have? 8 sacks against Cleveland, 7 sacks against Seattle, 15 sacks in 2 games. You lead the National Football League in 22 sacks this season, but 15 of them have come in 2 games. And that's the type of production, and that's the type of really just effort. And that's what you need from those guys. The formula to win games this year was simple. 5, 97, and 0 need to wreck games. Good thing is Brian Burns is starting to come along, starting to play better football. And Dexter Lawrence is the best player in the NFL that does not play quarterback. So that's always good to have on your side. Amazing year so far for Sexy Dexy. And you know what? I've got confidence in Azeez Ojulari. And really, we don't have any other choice but to have confidence in Azeez Ojulari. This is next man up. Someone's got to step up. Before we talk about Azeez, and we got more injury news on Malik Neighbors as well as Devin Singletary, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We put out free informative videos every single day. We're on our way to 60,000 subscribers. Just crossed over 57,000 yesterday. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has hit that big red button. Make sure you turn notifications on so you don't miss videos like this, even when we're not in the studio. And show some love to Kayvon Thibodeaux. Get those 5s in the chat. We need him back. We need him healthy. If this team's going to make a run down the stretch, they're going to need Kayvon Thibodeaux suited up and ready to make plays. So show your 5s, show your love, type your 5s, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. All righty. Next man up, right? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to sit and pout? No, you got to keep on going. Azeez Ojulari is the guy that's going to get that call. He has 6 pressures on the season. His pass rush grade so far this year, a 54.4. This is the highest since 2022 for me. Already has 2 sacks on the season. I am using Pro Football Focus. They don't do half sacks, so if you want to argue about half sacks, You could do that elsewhere. But 2 sacks on the season for Azeez Ojulari. He's got 5 tackles, 3 assists, so 8 tackles on the year, 6 pressures, 0 QB hits, 4 QB hurries. I've always been a believer in 51. You don't get picked in the second round and have success at Georgia in the SEC if you're not a stud. And if we remember, he was supposed to be a guy that was going, at one point, he was being mocked in the top 10. Then it was a first-round pick. Then some medical stuff came up, and that's really been the thing that's taken him off the path of having a really successful career. So far, so good this year, though. He's been healthy. He's been playing in a reduced role, no doubt about that. Burns and Thibodeaux have been getting the bulk of the snaps there. But now's an opportunity for Ojulari in a year where he's going to potentially, or is going to be a free agent when the spring comes around, to put some good tape out there, to stuff the stat sheet, make impact plays, help the Giants win some games, and do all that and make yourself some money. Like, at the end of the day, this is a living for him, and I know you don't ever want to be happy about. And as I was making that point, my app that I use to record these videos crashed. So there's going to be a weird jump cut you probably just saw. Stick with me. What I was trying to say was, look, Azeez has got to make the most of this opportunity. You don't want to be happy that your opportunity came at someone else's expense. He's not happy Kayvon Thibodeau got hurt, and he shouldn't be. But he should be excited and ready to seize this opportunity. Like, you get to go start in the National Football League yet again. You had that taken away from you because of injuries. Your body kind of let you down. Now you're healthy, playing good football, playing against Cincinnati Bengals team that loves to throw the football. They're going to score a lot of points most likely this Sunday. They're going to be throwing the ball. Pin your ears back and get after Joe Burrow. Take advantage of that offensive line. It's okay for Cincinnati, but they could be beat, and Azeez Ojulari has more than enough talent to get it done. I'm happy for him. Hopefully, though, Kayvon Thibodeau can get back sooner rather than later, and he's healthy, and then we're going to have number 5, number 97, number 0, and number 51 getting after quarterbacks. Other injury news I wanted to talk about: Devin Singletary was back at practice in a limited capacity. If I had to guess, I would say that he plays this Sunday against the Bengals. The question now is, how much of a rep share should there be between he and Tyrone Tracy? I think it should be 50-50. I mean, Tracy earned a lot of love last week, a lot of respect, a lot of trust, and best game of running back for the Giants has had since, all right, it was Saquon Barkley. I didn't want to say so. But yeah, Saquon Barkley. Malik Neighbors, Brian Daboll said is getting better. See if I can find the official wording on that. He was working on the side at practice today with trainers. I think he's going to play. It would be 17 days. 17 days he would be out if he missed. And that means he would have 24 days until he played again if he didn't miss this week and didn't play again until week 6. Or I guess that would be week 7. It already is week 6. Crazy. But yeah, look, we need Neighbors out there. Maybe not need. You want a game without him, but man, he's going to make this offense look a hell of a lot better. He's going to make Daniel Jones' life easier, Darius Slayton's life easier, Theo Johnson's life easier, Tyrone Tracy's life easier, and this offensive line's life easier. And he's going to make the game watching it a lot more fun. So, news of the day: Kayvon Thibodeau. He had surgery, kind of out of nowhere. Going to be out for a couple of weeks, I would assume. Daboll called him week to week. Devin Singletary was back at practice in a limited capacity. We'll continue to monitor that. And Malik Neighbors was at practice on the side, as he is still in concussion protocol, but Brian Daboll said he is getting better. I would bet they both play this week. And man, it's going to be a lot of fun on Sunday Night Football. Subscribe, turn notifications on, and if you made it this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon, and let's go, Big Blue.